yogis. This week I'm going to be sharing 7 poses with you that I feel really help aid digestion. Whether that's just after eating a big meal, or maybe you have more long-term digestion issues. I practice these poses throughout my practice if I'm feeling a little bit bloated or my stomach's a bit full. Obviously not right after a meal, but maybe the morning after. One thing that I really feel helps digestion is twists. So I include a few in this sequence, but if you want to include more, any twist is probably going to feel really good if your stomach's a little bit too full. So the first one that I really like is just making circles, the Sufi grind with the torso. So you can do it seated, you can sit up on a block, and you're just going to roll out the torso. And that just helps create a bit of movement, the abdomen and the intestines, and making sure to take both directions. And you can take that for as long as feels good for you. It's basically, when we're talking about digestion, we're talking about stretching out the stomach, also talking about twisting out the intestines and help massaging the stomach, and then also deep breathing. So with all of these postures, really working with the breath to send energy into the digestion system. So the next pose we have is revolved triangle pose. So basically, I prefer to start from this one, from forward fold. You're going to step 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Imagine that the feet are hip distance apart. We don't want to have the feet in one long line here. So coming forward, like you're in pyramid pose. The hips are square, both legs are straight. And then here I have my right leg forward. I'm going to bring my left fingertips to the ground beside the right foot. And then maybe I need a block, or maybe the fingertips are reaching the ground. From here, I'm going to inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling, and really feeling the twist through the center line. Staying here for 5 to 8 breaths, and then releasing and taking that on the other side. So the third pose we have is Pubdog pose. So you're going to come onto your knees. Knees are underneath the hips and hip distance apart. And then you're going to walk the hands out. Keeping the hips stacked over top the knees, arms reaching out, and the forehead comes down towards the mat. Stretching out the abdomen, and if you have a bit more openness in the shoulders and in the chest, you can bring the chest all the way to the mat, touching the chin on the mat. Taking 5 deep breaths here, and then from there, coming forward all the way onto your stomach. Now this pose, bow pose, I would really like for digestion, but right after you've eaten a big meal, it might not feel very good, so just use your discretion. Coming onto your stomach, bending both legs, chin rests on the mat, hands come behind you, grab the tops of the feet, and then on an inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the thighs. And you can rock back and forth a bit here, that might feel good. Working on keeping the knees hip distance rather than letting the legs splay out, rolling the shoulders back, and keeping the gaze softly down towards the mat rather than cranking the neck upwards. A few breaths there and then release. Coming back to seated, and then finding your way onto your back. Something that you can take in between is Apanasana, and that will feel really nice. Rocking side to side, back to front. And then coming into bridge pose. So bringing the feet hip distance apart, really grounding the feet into the mat, seeing if you can just barely touch the heels with the fingers. Sealing the shoulders down towards the mat, back of the head pressing into the mat, and on an inhale, lifting the hips up, coming into bridge pose. Keeping a space between the chin and the chest rather than tucking it in.
Maybe the hands come underneath, interlacing, and the shoulders tuck under. Making sure, just like in bow pose, that the knees don't splay out, that they stay pointed straight ahead of you. And this one's good because it compresses all of the organs in the front of the body. And again, it's like a little massage for the digestive system. And 5 to 8 breaths and then releasing, maybe rocking the knees side to side. And then the last 2 poses, which are probably my favorite. This one is literally called gas releasing pose. So extending the left leg out in front of you, bringing the right knee into the chest. And you can stay here for as long as you'd like. You can rock side to side. And then, of course, taking that on the other side as well. And then the final one, I'm going to show you on this side because I didn't have much room against the wall. From here, having the knee into the chest and then breathing in a nice deep twist, dragging here the left knee over to the right side. And then your gaze can be directly up towards the ceiling or it can be out towards the opposite side. Working on keeping the opposite shoulder down towards the mat. So whatever leg you have crossed over, the opposite shoulder stays grounded. And even here, I can actually feel my stomach releasing from the cereal I ate earlier. So many breaths, this feels right. And then releasing.
And there you have it, 7 poses for digestion. Those can be done in any sequence. They can be incorporated into more of a flow. You could do them multiple times throughout your practice. That's just to show you kind of the alignment of a few different poses for digestion. So if you have another favorite pose, please comment below. I'm sure other people would like to hear about your ideas, as would I. And like always, if you have another idea for my video next week, poses for a specific ailment, specific area of the body, or a tutorial, I'm always happy to hear suggestions. Have a great week.